Hello, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Briant Sikorski, and I'm an independent wealth advisor with Stratos Wealth Partners. As a wealth advisor, I help clients work toward achieving their financial goals, and I do this by providing them planning, including financial, insurance, retirement income, and education savings, asset and income protection through life, disability, and long-term care insurance, investment management, including brokerage and advisory investment management accounts consisting of stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and exchange-traded funds. And finally, tax-deferred retirement income strategies, including fixed index, and variable annuity products. Now today we're going to talk about a presentation here entitled Women, Money, and Power, Take Control of Your Financial Future. And I guess the first question I would ask is, do you feel uncertain about your financial future, and or are you wondering where to start or where to go from here? Well, if it makes you feel any better, you're not alone. I think this is kind of like back in school where, no one wanted to ask what they thought was a question that was going to put scrutiny on them. But I want to congratulate you first, because the most important step you've already taken, and that is by being here today and taking the time to attend this workshop, this webinar, because it is an important first step in helping to manage your financial future. So the original Women, Money, and Power study was commissioned by Allianz Life Insurance Company of North America in 2006. It revealed that women of all ages and walks of life lack comfort and confidence with financial planning strategies. Even though many women are well educated, have successful careers, and are managing their own daily household finances. So this is kind of what we see here in phase one. Phase two was conducted in 2007, and this sought to explore these issues by addressing unmet needs and identifying possible solutions, and trying to help women to serve, or actually to help serve the women's market. Phase three was released, this survey was released in 2013, and it unveiled findings specific to attitudes of today's evolving women, and a special segment on the modern family. So as you can see, this effort was really committed to researching the financial needs, behaviors, and attitudes for women. As with any study, bear in mind that these findings are based on a statistical sampling of the population. One of the key components of this webinar is something that I will provide to you, and that is known as your own financial discovery journal. As you go through this information, you'll want to take some insight that you gain and really take to heart some of the questions that are being asked here. These will be ideas, questions, concerns, and there's some key points that we want you to walk away with, where you're going to, first of all, I'd say stop and take time for discussion, and then take any additional notes. Now, this is optional, but I think we both recall back from college, you got the most out of something when you took some notes about it. So it helped you to think through what was covered in the material. So today we're going to talk about three things. One, why do you need a financial strategy? Two, understanding who you are financially. What does money really mean to you? And three, try to give you a getting started strategy. So I guess number one, the first question that would come to bear is, well, why do you need a financial strategy at all? Well, this may be for many reasons. Your role may be evolving, and you may have more responsibilities than ever before. Perhaps like some women, you feel somewhat financially insecure. Life can come at us pretty fast, and are you prepared for the life-changing events that might occur? You might find yourself to be part of what we call the sandwich generation, where you have the dual challenge of both raising children and taking care of aging parents. Some of you might face all of these issues, and this list may seem overwhelming, but the good news is that you can be prepared. So what we're going to try to do is look at each of these issues in a little bit of additional detail. So first, how are women's roles in society changing? Now, some of this may seem obvious to you, but I think it bears some scrutiny because it does provide the underpinnings to where we are today. In education, did you know that as of 2010, 57% of all graduates, college graduates, were women? And earnings for women with college degrees increased by 31% since 1979, compared to only 18% for male college graduates. So I think that's a huge accomplishment. This is really driving us towards a parity where we should be when it comes to pay for men and women. So these opportunities are going to affect your short and long-term goals. So having a financial strategy is definitely going to help you. The next area that your role as a woman may have evolved in society and the economy is in some of these statistics. Today, women are the sole or main breadwinners in a third of all U.S. households. 2, the percentage of women in the workforce has increased significantly since 1950, from only 34% to over 58%. And another great accomplishment, women are out in the workforce earning money for themselves and their families. But once again, with the increased financial earning power comes increased financial responsibility. And a financial strategy can help you manage your income effectively to meet your financial goals, both now and in the future. As we saw in the previous slides, women have accomplished a lot in society and in the economy. While you've been making all of that impressive progress, your level of responsibility has also increased. So think about this. 54% of women consider themselves to be the chief financial officer of their household, directing investment choices in addition to leading the more traditional household budgeting responsibilities. So wow, think about that. You as a woman could control the majority of the money for your family, and that's a huge responsibility. With that responsibility comes the need to be financially educated and to have a financial strategy in place to manage that extra financial accountability. Even more, 57% surveyed reported having a great deal of responsibility for managing the family's long-term savings and investments. One more thing to consider, did you know that 90% of all women will be solely responsible for their finances at some point in their lifetime? And the question being is, are you prepared for that possibility? If not, doesn't it make sense to have a plan in place to educate yourself? You need to be ready to take on a more active role in your finances and your financial future. So with your discovery journal, exercise number 1 would be to document how do you feel about your financial future. Take a minute to consider what you feel and what thoughts come to mind. Does anyone want to share, amongst themselves, the feelings of this group, you might say? So think about that. If you were going to share this with somebody in the room, would you want to, and would you be comfortable doing so? So one of the things that we have found in doing this exercise numerous times is that women will espouse the the word safety or security in one way, shape, or form, saying things like not wanting to run out of money, not wanting to be a burden to their family. So this financial strategy and planning can help overcome this feeling of financial insecurity. This insecurity is well known, it's widespread, and it impacts even women who are considered to be well off by most standards. So this is not your fault. In fact, there's some lingering effects of traditional values that may contribute to your feeling of insecurity. Perhaps you were in a situation where someone else was responsible for your financial security and you felt insecure because of it. Now, while you've been forging new roles, society has been rather slow to keep pace with your new reality. For generations, women typically weren't educated on matters of investing in finance at home or in school. Instead of advising them to be knowledgeable and financially well prepared, parents encourage their daughters to marry well. And few school counselors encourage young women to pursue careers in insurance or finance. So it's important not only for yourself to become educated and confident, but also so that you can pass this on to your own children and perhaps your own daughters. This study found that 59% of women teach their children in some way, shape, or form about finances. So, with our Discovery Journal, again, exercise number 2 would be, what money messages do you have that you learned from your childhood? Were you taught anything specific, or were there general messages that you learned by observation? Were money messages, kind of rarely passed along to women? Were they typically limited to men? And was this not only in your own, in school perhaps, but in your own family? Another reason why you need a financial strategy is to prepare for life events. Each stage of life can bring us events that can reshape our financial needs and concerns, impact our ability to plan for and achieve long-term financial goals. Having a strategy in place now helps you better manage future life events. The concept of relating life events to financial needs and financial strategies is really nothing new. However, consider that many women arrive at these needs and decisions from a more emotional, values-based perspective than always on an economic one. Here's a quick look at some life events and how they may impact your financial security. Number 1, career planning. As you get started in your profession, change jobs, go back to college, or move up the career ladder, you want to make sure that you're covered financially for these costs, as well as any unexpected expenditures. 2, with regards to family, whether you're moving in with your partner, getting married, having your first child, or begin planning to send your child to college, changes in your family status mean changes in your financial needs, and how you define financial security going forward is going to be very important to you. With regards to house and home, whether you're buying your first home or downsizing to a condominium, you need the right financial strategies to help you purchase and protect the things that you hold valuable. Perhaps you're looking to become self-employed, starting a business, and this is a big step that brings new challenges and responsibilities. Financial security forms the basis for your business success. If you become divorced, widowed, or find yourself an empty nester, changes to your family dynamics may involve challenges you didn't originally plan for, and your financial strategies can change unexpectedly. Regarding retirement, if you want to maintain your standard of living, you have to plan carefully. Social Security itself may not be enough. Making the right financial decisions now can have an enormous impact on the dynamics of your future. Unfortunately, many women will wait until a life event happens before they finally get around to taking any action to put together a strategy or to address their needs. So I'm recommending that you become proactive instead of reactive, that you let someone like myself help you create a financial strategy now to prepare for your anticipated changing life events and to help you keep on track, when unexpected life events occur, as they will. The final reason you need a financial strategy is a concept we call the sandwich generation. If you are or will be a middle-aged woman faced with the responsibility of raising your children and at the same time serving as a caregiver for your parents, you're a member of the sandwich generation. This situation has become much more common as life expectancies have increased and more women have had children at older ages. The sandwich generation can create high levels of stress and negatively impact the ability to plan for long-term financial security. Establishing a financial strategy can help you prepare for any financial needs you might face with your parents, such as long-term care, while also covering needs for your children like college planning. So a financial advisor like myself can help you establish this strategy early on as possible and help you modify it according to your changing financial goals as you move through different stages of your life. In addition to establishing a financial strategy, what else can you do if you are in or anticipate being in this situation? Well, here's some things you and your financial advisor can work on together to help reduce the emotional and physical impact. Number one, set financial goals and reevaluate them frequently. 2, put together a plan to manage your debt. 3, create a retirement strategy. And 4, start saving for your children's college education early as possible. Next, if you're a member of that sandwich generation, consider doing some legacy planning with your parents and their estate planning attorney to learn about things like passing on life lessons and values, distributing personal possessions, distributing financial assets, affecting final wishes and directives. Now remember, you don't have to tackle all of this alone. Financial advisors like myself, estate planning attorneys can work with you and your family to help you establish the plans and put them into action. This is something that we do every day. Exercise 3 would be, what life events, if any, are you currently experiencing? Take a few moments to maybe reflect on them and even write them down. How are you feeling about these events? What challenges are you experiencing with each of the events that you're not prepared to handle? What, if any, life events do you see in the future? So now that you've looked at some of the reasons why you need a financial strategy, you might be feeling a tiny bit overwhelmed. You might feel like putting a strategy together in place sounds like a great idea, but also sounds like a big job. You might not feel like you can do it alone, and who's going to help you? So again, you can ease this planning process by getting the information and the support you need from a knowledgeable financial advisor and perhaps an estate planning attorney. Think about this. Over 40% of women surveyed say that the lack of sufficient knowledge is the single largest barrier to getting more involved in managing their financial situation. Don't let your own personal lack of financial knowledge keep you from reaching out to learn more about managing your money. You don't have to be intimidated by money and investing. Learning how to manage your finances may be a different experience for you, but it doesn't have to be hard. Besides helping you gain knowledge about managing your money, Working with a financial advisor can help put your mind at ease. In fact, 77% of women who work with a financial advisor feel more confident and prepared for their financial future. Not to mention, 72% of women feel more independent and self-sufficient. So we've gone through some key reasons why you need a financial strategy. And we've covered some of the benefits working with a financial professional like me that can provide you. But what's the next step? What are we going to do next, right? So number 2 is we need to work together to understand who you are in money matters, then work according to your needs. Well, most financial professionals will ask questions about your financial situation. I sometimes find that many don't take enough time to learn about the best way to work with you in developing your strategy. So here's the approach that I take to try to help you understand who you are financially. What does money mean to you? According to the study here, most women fall into one of 5 financial, quote, personalities. Number 1, the financial initiator. 2, the analyzer. 3, the collaborator. 4, the avoider. And 5, the dreamer. So let's learn about the typical characteristics of each one of these personalities. You may be a financial initiator if you're self-assured, empowered, and optimistic, are clear about your financial goals and how to achieve them. Take the initiative to work with a financial professional for information and guidance. You may be a financial analyzer if you have a good understanding of household finance. You thoroughly research investment opportunities and track financial results. You are a comparison shopper, an avid saver, and rarely purchase something you can't afford. And you've worked with a financial professional either now or in the past. You might be a collaborator if you are in a healthy relationship that's itself healthy and cooperative. You provide family financial support and stability, and you share equally in financial decisions with your partner. You may be a financial avoider if you are overwhelmed by all the financial choices that are available. You avoid taking steps to resolve financial problems due to lack of financial knowledge. You know you would benefit from seeking the help of a financial professional, but you find yourself really having trouble taking that first step. And last but not least, you may be a financial dreamer. I like this picture. If you are intimidated by money and investing, feel helpless, hope someone else will take care of your financial problems, and you defer all your financial matters to your partner. So, which of the 5 personalities do you most closely identify with? Which one do you feel is you, and what qualities of that do you see in yourself? And why would you want to identify yourself in any of these categories? Well, knowing your financial personality will help an advisor, like myself, better understand who you are in money matters, and in turn, better understand your values, decision-making processes, and personal approach to planning for your financial future. This personal insight will enable an advisor to provide information and direction that's specifically suited to you and your needs. Now, that's why I do it. Now, let's talk a little bit about maybe how I do it. So I can relatively easily determine your financial personality by your responses to some simple questions on the Financial Personality Worksheet. I'll score the responses to identify your your financial personality, and then review the results with you for further discussion to fine-tune your unique individual needs and concerns. Next, it's time to get started and actually have that first proactive meeting with a financial advisor. So what will we do? What will we do in that meeting? Number one, we will identify your most significant financial goals and concerns. Two is we'll talk with your partner, if you have one, and invite them along. Three is we'll complete the financial personality worksheet. So first, we'll start by identifying your most significant financial goals and concerns. We'll use the Discovery Journal to partake in Exercise 5, writing down your 3 most important financial goals. Exercise 6, writing down your 3 biggest financial concerns. They can be anything. Maybe you want to buy a new house in 5 years. Maybe you're trying to save money to send your kids to college. Or maybe you need to provide assisted living for your parents. Next, invite your partner, if you have one, to the meeting and prepare together. But first, be aware that the typically different perspectives between men and women will exist. And I'm going to give you a few examples. Number one, I know this is a bit of a generalization, but okay. Generally, women will be inclined to take a more holistic approach to planning their financial future, while men will be more likely to make more of a quick decision, sometimes based on hot tips or suggestions. Women generally will feel burdened more so by the worries that go along with increased responsibilities that require greater financial decisions, while in general men tend to see themselves as more analytical and open to taking greater financial risks. And while women may perceive arguments about money as issues of power and control, men will more likely attribute that to a lack of trust. So understanding these different perspectives can help you communicate better with your partner. You'll have a better idea of where they're coming from and why they hold certain opinions about developing a financial strategy. And finally, we'll respond to the questions on the financial personality worksheet. Bring your completed worksheet to the meeting. We can determine the best way to work together based on your financial personality. If we don't meet today, turn the form in and, someone, to me, and we'll arrange a future appointment. It's something that we can be flexible with. Now, the final step is take control of your financial future by participating in that first or maybe second or even third meeting that you would have with me or another financial professional. I can't tell you the number of times I have had a woman, either single, divorced, widowed, or married, tell me at the conclusion of that meeting, I feel so much better now. I may not have eliminated all of the fears or worries or concerns, but at least I know what they are, and I know that I have a strategy that can deal with them. So, in summary, I hope you've come away with an understanding of why you need a financial strategy. I will even divert just a tiny bit and share with you that myself, one of the reasons I got into this industry is when I was a teenager, my father very unexpectedly passed away at the age of only 49. And my mother inherited, and me to an extent, inherited financial responsibility for the household. at that time, neither my mother nor I really had any conceptual knowledge of what is a mortgage and what is life insurance and what is a will and what is a checking account, and who. My dad did it all. My dad would come home from work, and every Friday he got paid, he'd cash his check. He worked for Ford Motor Company. He'd cash his check and come home, and he'd hand my mom, I don't know, 50 bucks and say, you know, here's food and clothing for the kids for the rest of the week, and maybe I got my $2 allowance. When he died, we didn't really know what to do. We didn't know if the house was paid off. We didn't know what a mortgage was. We didn't know if he had life insurance. We didn't know if he had a will. And we were finding financial documents and checking accounts and CDs for years later. 2, understanding who you are financially. And 3, making that commitment to yourself to finally get started. So with that, I will say thank you. Briant Sikorski, Stratos Wealth Partners, says thank you very much for joining me today. If I can be of any help to you in this regard, please let me know. I have recorded this webinar, and I will be uploading it to my YouTube channel tomorrow. So if you want to watch this again, just go to my website, www.briantsikorski.com, and you can click on the little YouTube icon, and you'll be able to watch this at your convenience. So right on time, I'm done. I want to say again thank you, and hope you have a great rest of your day.